All right, from my left, Ahmad Bradshaw, or from my right, Ahmad Bradshaw, Edgar Poe, John Trainer, and Kenneth Brinson. We'll open up questions. Ron.
Ken, did you think it was necessary when you were down the way you were in the first half for the defense to come up with at least one big play?
Yes, sir. I mean, that's our goal, like one of our goals. But yes, that's what we shoot for, sir.
And when when they had the black punt and you scored, did you think of that as some kind of a turning point in the game, maybe?
I thought of it as us just doing a great job and trying to maximize every opportunity we had. For me, once Andy blocked that kick, I was just like, I had to get in the end zone to make what he did, worth it.
Edgar, as an experienced player on this team, how hard are these losses getting to take another close game, another game that goes down the wire?
It's difficult. It's real difficult. Because no one really understands the amount of work that we put in practice to practice, and then to come out and not get the results that we ultimately won is just like heartbreaking, really, because I know what my guys are capable of, and we just need to, like Coach was pressing in the locker room after the game, make one more stop on defense, making one more play on offense, and that loss within the touchdown will be a win, for us. And it really hurts.
Go ahead, Ken.
Ken Kreitzer, Sons of the American Legion Radio. Ahmad, it seemed like it was a game of momentum going back and forth throughout. What was like the challenge at the start of the second half when you came out? It seemed like it was tough going before you got on track late.
I guess just getting the beat on the guys on the inside. Defensive guys were doing a good job at plugging the middle, so it was hard to read them at first. But as the game went on, it got better. So
maybe just tell us about the last play to Edgar when you get. The 3rd and 11 when you found him in the end zone?
It was just a call, throw to Edgar. He's a good player. We always depend on him to make the play, and I always know he will. So
I just asked John Trainer about getting the touchdown in the second quarter, the end of that drive. It's so important to get the momentum back, get you back in the game, 28-14. Just tell us about the drive and then the play you caught for the touchdown.
The play I caught the touchdown on, it was a crossing pattern. It was a great ball from Ahmad. I saw the ball in the air and just do what I'm supposed to do, trying to make a play.
And just ask Ken Brinson as a defensive representative. Tulane was throwing the ball a lot today. What made it tough to stop them? It seemed like you're making a lot of plays against them.
Credit where credit's due. Tulane they got some athletes, and I think we did a better job communicating today, but it still could have been better. And I think we played hard, and we just got to make more plays.
Go ahead, Ron.
Question for either John or Ahmad. You guys obviously are not built for comebacks, particularly from 3 touchdowns. Was passing early in the game supposed to almost change up their thinking of what your offense was going to do? This is something you went into the game thinking, we're going to throw them all.
That's always a part of our game, passing or running. Most games we run a lot, but if we see it, if we think we can do it, then we'll take a shot at it. And just so happened this game, we took more shots at it.
Yeah, we always have a bunch of great pass plays, and obviously we run the ball a lot too. I guess it just depends on the situation and the way the defense is playing, if we're going to pass it or not. So.
Go ahead, Sal.
Ahmad, what do you think the offense could have done better in this game to get you guys a win?
Personally, I feel like I could have not put the ball on the ground more, and that really hurt us. The turnover we had, if we don't have that, we win the game. And the offensive line played a real good job, and those guys on defense are massive. You can see them on the roster, but our guys on the offensive line did a real good job at blocking them, and I just say personally, if I don't turn the ball over or put the ball on the ground, we win the game.
All set?
Just ask Edgar, you seem like you went all out, obviously to win this game, doing, a fake field goal, the two-point conversion at the end. Was that just a sense, whatever it took to win the game?
I don't think it's just like this game. Coach Munkin says all the time we're going to be aggressive. We have things that are drawn up for every game like this. It's just we just happen to be in position in a great position to call the aggressive, fake field goal. It was within reach. It was almost executed perfectly. But I don't think that we played this game any different. Like our mindset was any different for this game than any other game. I don't think we pressured too much. Trying to be too aggressive or anything of that sort. I mean. And you mentioned earlier, we were passing the ball early. I mean, it's just when Coach Davis sees something that he thinks we could take advantage of, he tries to take advantage of it. Earlier in the season, it happened to be, running the ball more early on in the game. He thinks we could take advantage of defenses running the ball. We're going to run the ball. If he thinks we can do it passing, we're going to pass the ball.
An opening statement, and then take questions. Go ahead, Coach.
I don't know what to say other than that's awfully disappointing to lose like that. And a lot of self-imposed pain on ourselves. We gave them things that they didn't earn. Just the snapping the ball over the punter's head. And he did a great job to throw the ball and have it be an incomplete pass to at least get our defense out there on the field. But they score a touchdown on that. Kick off to us. We come back and can't get the backside cut off, and he grabs the quarterback's ankle, and we pitch the ball on the ground, and they scoop it and score. And, just frustrating to give up a 90-yard touchdown on 3rd and 10. We're peeking in the backfield, not playing good fundamentally. Fourth down and 1. Again, we had 2nd and 1, so we couldn't make 3 feet on 2nd down. Couldn't make it on 3rd down. Didn't make it on 4th down. So just frustrating to have to endure that and lose a football game because we can't execute in those simplest of situations. And it's our responsibility. It's our job to get it done, and for our kids to go out and play and execute. And we clearly didn't do that. So it was a heck of an effort to even be in the game. We were very fortunate to even be in the game, especially at halftime. We played so poorly, but to get the 2 scores right before half. Even though we were playing bad, we were at least in a ball game. So we'll keep fighting, keep coaching, and keep pushing these guys, and see if we can get better.
Go ahead, Ron.
Coach, what was the feeling at halftime after you got those two last-minute touchdowns? And now it's not 28-7. Oh my God! Now it's 28-21. It was almost like snapping the fingers, and it was a different game.
The feeling was we were playing bad. I didn't think we were playing very good, and we told them so. And we needed to play better. I told our team we're very fortunate to be in the game, and we're not playing very good. We're not playing good enough for it to be 28-21, but it is. So consider yourself fortunate and go play better in the second half. So I thought our defense played better in the second half. I don't think we played very well offensively, and a lot of it had to do with them. They were tough to block. We were trying to knock them out of there and couldn't. And we got in some formations that gave us a chance to get the ball in the perimeter, and we missed some perimeter blocks. Hit some play action passes. I just didn't think our guys were playing very well, and I told them they were going to need to play better if we were going to have a chance to win.
Go ahead, Sal.
Coach, is it a difficult decision to pass up the points early in the game and go for that fake field goal?
Sure, if you are making judgment now, I mean, if I look at it now, yeah, I'd have kicked a field goal and I wouldn't have gone for it on 4th and 1. And, you know, I mean, same things last week. The guy last week asked me, Coach, how come you didn't go for it on 4th and 1? Why'd you punt? Well, because we punted them out at the 4-yard line. Hindsight's 20/20. Trying to win the game, trying to make a play. And you know, I thought right there early on, if we could go up 14-0, what a heck of a thing that would be to be up 14-0 in our first 2 drives. You know, we were in position to do it. I wish we would have just run it in and run the ball, but that was a fake that we had practiced. We thought it would be there. They did a really good job covering Kelvin. He made a heck of a catch, had a chance there, but just was thrown a little bit wide, and he came down out of bounds. The guy kind of pushed him and helped him go out of bounds. So, but hey, you know, trying to win a game.
Program's at that point right now where you have to take those chances to try to win games?
No, I'm always going to take chances. I'm going to play aggressive. That's just the way I'm wired. Watch that guy down in Atlanta. He is too. And that's who I learned from. And he's good. And, you know, I'm not, you can sit there and play it safe all the time. And I'm just not sure that we can line up and just whip somebody and say, hey, we're going to play it safe all the time. I think sometimes we got to go for it. And the kids need to know that I've got faith in them to go for it. And you know, that's just always the way we've coached. And, you know, the best way to win a game is not to lose it. I've heard that many times, and it's true. But, you know, you can look at the same scenario, just as I said last week. At the end of the game, had I known what the outcome would have been, I'd have gone for it on 4th and 1 and 4th and 2 every time. If I knew that was going to happen, and I was, you know, a crystal ball. And if I had a crystal ball today, no, I'm just going to play it safe and kick the field goal and not go for it. And you know, can't have it both ways. You know, sometimes the script dictates that you gotta push and go for it, and other times, you know, you say, hey, we got to play field position. We got to play the game here, and I think we did a little bit of both. And I think that's just, if you watch us play and you've watched me coach, that's just the way we do it.
Go ahead, Ken.
Coach, just going to ask you about defense. Certainly Tulane came out passing the ball today and testing your young defensive backs. What was the challenge just in trying to stop some of their early drives? And later you had Brandon Jackson going in from his cornerback spot to try and put pressure on.
Well, we assumed they were going to try to throw the ball some. And just in terms of the guys that are back there, I mean, Brandon's the only freshman that started. And we got Chris Carnegie, who's a senior, and Moss, who's a junior, and England, who's a sophomore. So, you know, we got some guys back there that at least been in football games, and you know, we assumed they were going to try to throw it some, and they did a good job. We defended them on some plays and did a nice job. Had some good pass breakups. What was disappointing was to see the big plays that they hit, and particularly when we've got the defense set where we feel like they should be in position to make a play. And you know, there was maybe a time or two where we weren't just assignment-wise where we were supposed to be, and other times they just made a play and caught the ball on us. So without seeing the film, it's really hard to pass judgment and know exactly what happened on all those plays. But you know, the one that's most disappointing certainly is the long pass on 3rd down from their own 10-yard line, and that was just getting beat.
And you said during the week that Tulane would be hard to run against the big defensive line that they had. So you seem to move to your perimeter. What adjustments did you make during the day, during the course of the game? And certainly, the drive at the end of the second quarter helped get you back in the game. Then, of course, the drive at the end you completed for the touchdown.
Those were all the things we practiced all week. They lined up just like they did against the other academy a few weeks ago, and we anticipated that they would. So we had game planned against it, and then bottom line, you got to block them. There's not any plays where you don't have to block anybody. If we had some of those, I'd try to get every one of them and run them all. But typically, you got to block those guys, and we didn't do a great job of that every time. There were times where we got some movement, and times where they really stymied us. So, and we were able to get the ball on the perimeter. It wasn't necessarily an adjustment. It was just we didn't feel like we could make it an entirely perimeter game. The guys that were out there blocking on the outside, whether it was a slot or a receiver or a tackle arcing out there, those guys were pushing the line of scrimmage pretty aggressively on the perimeter, and that makes it hard to get them hooked. And they were turning everything back inside, and we tried a bunch of different schemes out there on the perimeter, and we hit some, and hit some big plays, and others we didn't get them blocked. So, I thought we had a good plan going in. I thought both sides of the ball. I think Jay and Brent both did a good job of having a game plan prepared for what we thought we would see. And again, it comes down to it's a game of execution, and it's a simple thing like the scoop and score that they had. We were running the toss play on the perimeter, and they're lining up with a nose guard, that 328-pound kid. Man, he's a good player too. And he came out the back. The center stepped over to scoop, and the backside guard tried to get his head in there, and he got beat. And the guy just kind of dove out and grabbed Ahmad's ankle, and Ahmad couldn't spin all the way around to get the toss out there and tossed it on the ground. And things like that they shouldn't happen. They don't have to happen, but they did. And we got to get it corrected. We got to coach better and play better.
Coach is going to ask you what you said to the team after the game.
I just told them that I was really disappointed in the way we played. That we could have won the game. We're a good enough football team to have won the game today. We didn't play good enough, and pointed out several of the plays we've talked about as a reason why. That anybody wants to know, here's what happens. You can't do these things. You can't play poorly fundamentally and expect to win. And there were a few other things I said to him, but that's pretty much the gist of it.
Go ahead, Ron.
Coach, the AJ play with the two-point conversion was a pretty gutsy play. Had you seen something that on their line that you thought you could exploit to get that in?
Yep.